This episode is brought to you by BETR Picks. Right now, new users get a free $10 and up to $200 bonus on your first deposit. Just use the code BENCH, that's BNCHD, or hit the link in the description below to claim your gift now. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. Joey here, Terrell and Derek there for episode 301, recapping Week 15 of the NFL season. A Week 15 that will not only shape this season, the playoffs, but the future of the NFL. It was that kind of week, massive week, not all the best ways, but for some of us, some of us came out looking pretty. Other fan bases, you're digging your head in the sand and just kind of you're ride this one out. It was a rough week for you. We'll get into all the games, all 16 games, I believe. No teams on a bye this week. And so it was a full slate. We're going to jump right into it here in a second. Before we do that, I want to say if you're watching here on YouTube for the first time, welcome to the channel. Please make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Whether it's your first day or you're a day one subscriber, thanks for hanging out with us here on season 3 of the Bench Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok. Search at Benched Show to find us on all those different platforms, and then listen on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast on all those platforms as well. Leave a review; it's always nice. 5-star review, of course. Don't skimp out on those stars; they're free. You know what I'm saying? It costs you nothing. Check out benchshow.com as well. A lot of different stuff going up there. On benchshow.com. Shout out to those of you who are advancing to the second round of your fantasy playoffs, or maybe you're waiting on tonight's Pittsburgh versus God, why am I blanking out on that? Pittsburgh,
Miami.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Yeah,
oh yeah, so some players in there.
Oh yeah, a ton.
You guys have anything riding on tonight?
I do not.
No, unfortunately, Trevor Lawrence dropped 1 billion fantasy points yesterday, so that was the end of my season.
Yeah, I advanced in one of my leagues on the back of not Trevor Lawrence. He was on the bench. I sat Trevor Lawrence yesterday, so those points are wasted and gone. But he will be starting next week for sure. Anyways, let's jump right into this, guys. A lot of games to get to. We'll start with Atlanta, Tampa Bay on Thursday night. This is a fun game. A lot of offense in this game. And Derek, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Last week, Kyle Pitts had somewhat of a revival game. I was actually 1 week a little too early. Kyle Pitts with 11 catches, 166 yards, 3 TDs, living up to his top 5 pick, one ahead of Jamar Chase. So maybe this makes up for it. Who knows? Kirk Cousins, who did throw those 3 touchdowns, and Bijan Robinson with a nice 19 for 93. The Bucks, Mike Evans, welcome back, 6 for 32, and that would do it for this game.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, monster day. First 100-yard receiving game since 2021, and he's now 4th among tight ends in receptions and receiving yards, and he is an unrestricted free agent this offseason, likely going to land a major contract. I think, so does that mean the Falcons declined his option? Is that what that means then? Wow, Falcons making all the right moves, man. Pulling all the right strings.
Way to go, Atlanta.
They should have. Okay. Compared to what he's been doing, they should have.
James Pierce recorded 2 sacks. He's now sacked in 6 straight games. So that's the silver lining of your no first round pick. At least the guy that you took in the first round this year is balling out. Second longest rookie sack streak since 1982. Not much to talk about as far as the Falcons, except that they're on just a spoiler conquest, as are their NFC South mates there in the Saints. But the Buccaneers, the loss complicates a lot for them, but they still have a 76 chance to win the NFC South, a lot because the Saints won as well, and the Panthers were unable to lock that one up. We'll talk about that in a second. Terrell, simple question here. Panthers, Buccaneers down the stretch. I think they played twice still, right?
Yeah. I hate this division.
Doesn't matter.
Such a throwaway. The NFC South, and I feel like the NFC South for most of my life has been the topic of, do we need to let every team who wins a division in the playoffs?
Yeah.
It happens a lot, and usually we're looking at the NFC South here. So, it's just bad football. We're going to see one of these teams get in and get the brakes beat off of them by whoever it is that they have to go head to head against, whether it's Green Bay or it ends up being Seattle or something like that, or even the Rams might, with that big match between Seattle and LA this week. So the nobody's scared of any of these teams. They're all hoping they get the draw of Tampa or Carolina in the first round.
I think it's a great argument too for that this year because the Lions might not make the playoffs. Like they're in serious trouble now, and you're going to have the Panthers or Bucks in there, and not the Lions. And I think we'd all rather see the Lions in the playoffs than either of these teams. So it's kind of another argument for like, hey, just straight up seeding instead of divisional winners. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. Bucks at Panthers next Sunday, so big game in Carolina. And I don't trust Bryce Young to live up to it, but honestly, who cares? I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about that. These it'll be one and done. I think it's more important to the Panthers though, just in their whole building culture to make the playoffs. I think Bucks are, let's start thinking about next year. Chicago and Cleveland, boys, 31-3, an old-fashioned ass whooping put on the Browns by the Bears. Chicago reaches 10 wins for the first time since 2018. So Ben Johnson working out there. Derek, big performers in this one.
Yeah, not too many guys on the Cleveland side as usual. Myles Garrett did get his 2 sacks, or sorry, 1.5 sacks. So he's is it one away from the record? I believe.
One away.
And on the Bears side, we do have Luther Burden getting 84 yards. So welcome to the rook, to league rook. DJ Moore, talking about career revivals, gets 2 TDs. Yep. He had a nice snag in the back of the end zone. And DeAndre Swift, 98 yards and 2 TDs.
He's really worked out too for Ben Johnson. DeAndre Swift. It feels like he's really working out for them. Cleveland. Listen, they fell to 3-11. They have 3 games remaining against 3 playoff teams. Before the season, owner Jimmy Haslam did say a 3-14 season is unacceptable again, because that's what they did last year. So he might have to either fire his boys, who he's kind of backed, or eat his words, because they look like they're right back on their way to 3-14 again. I don't know. We'll see with them. Don't want to talk about the Browns too much, but Terrell, I guess the question is the Bears. They play the Packers on Saturday. Saturday football is back. I love that. Bears and Packers on Saturday. Packers obviously reeling from that just red wedding of a Sunday they had. I think the Bears should be feeling mighty nice right now. Nice.
This is going to be a good game, a real solid test. Can the Bears come out and win, these games that they need to win?
Right.
We've seen the Bears, a lot of their schedule. Like, this happens to everybody in the league, right? You're bad, and then you get an easier schedule. So we've seen them win these games against bad teams. Well, fortunately, though, for the Bears, they looked good start to finish against a good Browns defense. The thing with the Bears we're always looking at is like, they win these games or in shootouts with awful teams. So I liked how they played. Caleb Williams, he's got a little bit of that USC touch is coming out, and it's now working in his favor. He's using it at the right moments, not every single play. That pass to DJ Moore, the DJ Moore snag in the back of the end zone, that was nasty. That was college Caleb. But in the way that we're looking at, this generational talent, he can make anything happen. So I'm liking the way he's turning out. And honestly, this last year's QB draft class they're stepping out, and this looks like a solid new wave of players coming in. So
I mean, they're already taking over the league. Like, these are the best teams in the league now. Like Drake May, Bo Nix, both on the top of their conferences, and Caleb Williams having a great year as well. I think Caleb Williams needs to have the game that Bo Nix had yesterday. Like, that was Bo Nix' welcome to the NFL game. We've never seen him really do that, except maybe the Bengals game last year. But in such a moment, like, that Bengals game wasn't really, I guess they were fighting for a playoff seed back then too. But this was it was a playoff atmosphere from the pregame. Like, they were fighting pregame. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of juice there.
We'll get to that game.
And Bo Nix shows up in a way that we haven't seen him show up yet. So I think Caleb Williams, we need to see that now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what I want to see from him Saturday.
I mean, I think that Packers game is the game. Like, we got to see him do that. We haven't seen the Bears yet go up against get that must-win game and pull it out. Yeah. So this is Caleb Williams, but the Bears as a whole step it up as a unit and get that must-win game.
Yeah, the stage is set for Caleb Williams. They got the Packers on Saturday night. They got the following week on Sunday night. It's at 49ers.
Ooh.
And then the next week is versus the Lions, a game that can very well easily get flexed to either Saturday night or Sunday night. So we have a potential to see the Caleb Williams perform 3 straight games in prime time. Ready for it, honestly. I hope he does well.
Yeah, me too.
This is interesting because the Bears could fall. They could fall out.
They really could.
Yeah,
this is not. They're not in.
No, like this is a crazy stretch here. They could completely fall out of the playoffs. It's gonna be an interesting stretch.
And yet the Panthers or Bucks won't make the playoffs. All right, let's Baltimore, Cincinnati. Baltimore skunks Cincinnati in the continuing the up and down 2025. What even is this season of the Baltimore Ravens? 24-0. Big performers in this one. I'm guessing mostly on the Baltimore side.
Yep, exactly. Just when you thought they were dead in the water, they come back with a 24 road shutout. Lamar Jackson, 2 TDs, a modest 8 for 12, 150. You didn't have to do much, honestly. Derrick Henry, 11 carries for 100 yards. Zay Flowers was 68 and a tud. And the guy named Rasheen Ali, honestly, never heard. 32 yards for a TD.
Ravens move within a half a game of the NFC North leading Pittsburgh Steelers. Playoff chances, according to ESPN, jumped to just under 50%. So it was a massive win. Lamar Jackson looked a little bit better. His first 2 multiple touchdown game in the last 5 games. So he was kind of on a drought there. And the defense scored its first shutout in 7 years. So it was I think maybe a season turning win. Like, I feel like if they go on a run here, make the playoffs and do anything in the playoffs, we kind of point to this game as like, this was the brink because, the Bengals aren't, some pushover. Like the offense obviously has been elite last couple of years. Joe Burrow looked really good against Buffalo. And I thought to score 0, like I would have put good amounts of money that they were not going to get shut out like against this Ravens defense. And yet here they are eliminated from the playoffs now. First time ever shut out with Joe Burrow as the starter. First shutout since 2017. I mean, just a massive, massive shocker here to me, at least. You shocked by this at El Terrell or not really?
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't. I thought this would be a little bit. Yeah, I thought Cincinnati would put up a little more of a fight, but it looks like Joe Burrow's his heart's not in it. Like even the last the pick 6 that he threw is just not. It wasn't a Burrow-esque play. Just I mean, it was definitely a misread there. Good play by Van Noy on the pick, dropping back in coverage, but no, I mean it's the Bengals. The Bengals it's rough, and they got a clean house. But the Ravens, they have a real interesting stretch here. You got your home against the Patriots, and then on the road the last 2 games at Green Bay and at Pittsburgh.
They're gonna have to earn it for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how Zach Taylor still has a job. You get shut out at home. This is your 3rd straight year missing the playoffs, injuries or not. You still had Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Chase Brown. So you can't not put 0 up, right? And especially the week after or the following game after Joe Burrow gave that little media speech where like, okay, you got to still have fun doing it. Zach Taylor's got to go. And I cannot believe it is Monday at 4:30 Pacific and he still has a job.
Derek wants him gone now. Now.
I'm not even like a Bengals fan, but I want Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to do well.
I agree they doesn't need to be there next year. And honestly, it's a perfect opportunity to turn the page. Like Hendrickson thing was a disaster. I doubt he's on the team next year. Burrow obviously missed most of this year. You never really had a chance. Like you're eliminated now, but honestly, you don't really have a chance anyway. Like let's turn the page. Bring someone fresh in. I don't know if they're actually going to start spending money there, but at least get a fresh voice in there. And I don't know if the new defensive coordinator thing has worked out. Moving on from a very successful with Lou Amarillo, is that his name? Over there now coaching with the Colts. Like it's just I can't. That's the best I got. It's just a disaster for the Bengals. And Ravens, let's see what happens. Let's move on, boys, to the Chargers and Kansas City. When I mentioned the whole NFL altering games, boy, this is one of them. Let's just start right there, man. KC eliminated from the playoffs, but Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL on a play that, I mean, I feel like he's done a lot of things before in his career where maybe he should have gotten hurt, and kind of just a random, like the guy even pulled up, like he didn't even stay wrapped on him, and just a wrong step and the ACL tears, and it feels like, like you guys ever watch the original Old Yeller when at the end of the movie the boy brings the gun out to the stable and
put him down.
it's time to put him down. Like, let's put an end to this thing. And damn, the Kansas City Chiefs, rock bottom.
Yeah.
Rock bottom. What's interesting, though, is how this mirrors the Tom Brady and New England Patriot run.
Yeah.
And he tears ACL the same exact time in his career, same season, right? The year after losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I wonder, will he bounce back that way? I don't know, boys. Let's. I mean, we'll talk about the game in a second. This is really the story, though. Each of you, what does this mean for them and their future, and how would you handle this, KC, Patrick Mahomes?
I mean,
go ahead.
Good.
Okay, well, as KC getting blown out in the Super Bowl, they were looking to rebound this year, just couldn't get any momentum going. Then they're already on the brink of playoff hopes, and they were losing this game, and then Patrick goes down to what they thought couldn't be worse of a season got worse. This is just going to go into next year. The thing about Brady is that he got injured, I think, the first game of the season. When
the Matt Castle year.
Yes, and they actually went 11-5 without Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, and just didn't make the playoffs. That's another thing. But so this is actually going to affect the start of next year. I'm sure Patrick Mahomes, the $500 million man, is going to get every single treatment there is in the world, and he's going to be out there. But this team, people are making a big deal of Kelsey walking through the tunnel, very sad, dejected. The way Chris Jones looked in the post-game presser, he didn't even know that he was.
You know they're
eliminated.
Yeah. So we eliminated? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
But I mean, dude, looking at this rushing, it was abysmal. Pacheco 11 for 21.
Yeah.
And then your next guy is Mahomes 2 for 15. So it was not good. Rashee Rice, I don't know, maybe he's just constantly getting delivered hospital balls.
Bro.
He's getting smashed out there.
Bro. Just removed from the earth back-to-back weeks.
It's not maybe this is just what the NFL, be careful what you ask for, because I don't actually think the NFL is better without Mahomes.
No.
So I'm kind of sad that we're not going to see Mahomes next year. I know, Terrell, you may not be, but
no, I mean, look, as a competitor, as a Broncos fan, you want to beat the Chiefs. Like we've got the Chiefs on Christmas, and it's like,
I didn't even realize.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Gosh,
it's not,
Godell's punching air.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Gardner Minshew.
The NBA will get his ratings back.
It up.
Yeah. Well, who's the Lakers playing?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
So it's a tough one to look at. I mean, I don't think any of the Christmas Day games are going to be. You got the Commanders and the Cowboys going at it on Christmas, and one other Christmas Day game they're going to have it. So I think the NBA is going to run it this year.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you feel for him. This is very much 08 Pats. I said this. I think they do need that reboot reset before he even got hurt. I think it was like, hey, they need to take a reset. I think they'll take a reset year, and they need to retool and rebuild. I think this is very much a wake up call for the organization. Like, hey, we need to go spend money. We need to get the right. We need to get the right turf, get the right get everything, get the right equipment, get the whole training facility, everything. Right. I mean, that team gets beat up every year with injuries, the last couple of years with injuries. So, I mean, I think
you got to imagine they brought in enough money. The team is doing their part. All the playoff runs. Yeah.
No, I mean, you got to do everything you can. This is your franchise. He's the face of the league. Like you said, Derek said, this is going to spill in. He's not going to be back week 1. He might miss the first 4-5 weeks of the season next year. So this is going to be it'll be rough for Kansas City, but I mean, hey, good things come to an end. So
get younger, get more athletic, get faster, get more versatile on both sides of the ball, but mostly on the offense side of the ball. I think that'd be my plan to attack it this year. Cut bait with a lot of these retreads. We had this whole conversation before, but I think this just further pushes you into that. KC gone too long. Eagles ended a dynasty. All right, Chargers. Chargers 3-game winning streak, but Justin Herbert, man, interceptions now in 4 straight games. Longest streak since 2022. Has already thrown 12 interceptions. It's the second most in his career. We know he's had some playoff games where he just decides to turn the ball over and over and over again. And so I think to me, this is troubling if I'm a Chargers fan. Other than that, I think for what they've gone through, I think they're having a pretty nice season that really not too many people are talking about.
I agree, man. They've put together a really good season. Minus the Jags lost 35-36, and then the Commanders lost 27-10. They had a good season so far.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries, honestly. They lost their
many.
left tackle the day after they re-signed him to a huge contract extension. So, and their line is atrocious. I know Justin Herbert is like broken hand and everything, interceptions, but it's hard to overcome that offensive line. Hampton's coming back at the right time. Their schedule looks okay to end the season. It looks like Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos. Texans is going to be a tough one. I think the Broncos will be number 1 seed. They might actually rest guys. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy win, but there's a chance that the Broncos might rest guys that game. So I think the Chargers have a chance to build some really good momentum going into the playoffs.
And I don't know if I'd want to face them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if they're the people you're circling. Like, yeah, give me the Chargers. Like they still have Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
If Hampton and Vidal are a very formidable running game,
yeah,
who can take over a game.
Mm-hmm.
I love Derwin James. Like Derwin James is a game record back there in the defense. They still got a couple guys on that side of the ball. I'm not sure. I mean, they just beat the Chiefs and the Eagles. Like they're not no one. Like this is a good team that obviously has dealt with a lot, and I wouldn't want them in the playoffs. Honestly, I'm not some hot team or whatever, and not some team I'm going to pick to make even an AFC Championship game, but not the team I'm circling. Not what I'm doing. Terrell, anything on your AFC counterparts here? Or want to move on?
No, I mean the defense is solid because Justin Herbert's done everything he can to get them to lose these last 2 weeks against KC and Philly, and the defense has kept him in it.
He's working with nothing, man. You're such a hater.
I'm just saying. I mean, he's turning the ball over. Like you can have. I mean, Mahomes isn't working with anything either, and he's not. They're not walking. Walking turnovers everywhere. So. He's given other teams chances to win. I think Philly definitely should have won the Monday Night Football game, and then even Gardner Minshew, just don't throw a shitty ball, and KC is going in overtime. So
he was so covered.
It was the whole Gardner Minshew experience.
What are you looking at, bro?
It's the first down that throws the pick.
My guy's not getting any reps. I could tell.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's move on here. Got a couple games to get to still. Buffalo, New England, obviously massive game when it comes to the AFC East. Buffalo wins 35-31 at 1 point down, 21 points. Third largest comeback in franchise history. And when they were down 21 points, because they have the man Josh Allen, you knew this is not over. Like Josh Allen is a superhero. Big performance in this one, Derek.
Yeah, so Josh Allen, you said it. He got 3 touchdowns, 193. Came out of the half, scored the opening drive touchdown. That was huge to get the kickoff or the comeback started. James Cook, 3 touchdown day, 110 yards total. Yeah. And then we do have a guy on the other end, Travion Henderson. I don't understand why he wasn't getting the ball the entire season. 148 yards, 2 TDs, breaks off a couple very, very nice runs. Drake May, not too much in the passing game.
Terrell, go ahead, man. I mean, this is obviously was a great game. I think one of those games, almost like that Seahawks and Rams game from earlier in the season, where you walk away just being impressed. Like these are 2 teams that are going to be a problem in the playoffs. That's what I thought with these 2 teams. Like Buffalo is, to me, the team, like the big dog in the AFC, and I know Bronco fans have a lot to say about that. I just think Josh Allen, man, that's not who I want to face. I'd want to avoid Buffalo at all costs.
No, I mean taking the Broncos cap off here, metaphorically speaking, of course. They,
of course,
the Bills, it is their Super Bowl to lose. Like the field is wide open. It is young team. Like, look, the Patriots had a chokehold on this game. They're up 21-0. The Bills offense could do nothing against this Patriots defense in to start this game.
Yeah.
And they had the game fully. I mean, you spot, they spot him 3 touchdowns and you still lose. This is very much, it's two-sided. It is Josh Allen is on the other side. The game is not over. And that makes every other AFC team nervous. With him on the other side, you can't count them out. He's a threat. For the Patriots, here's my concern. You're a young team. You had your division in the grab. Like, this was your chance to win the division and close it out.
Yep.
And put a stamp and sweep them, and you lost it. And this might, I don't know, this with a young team, this might get to them. Like, they might struggle to bounce back from this, and you could see a team like Houston rolling in there in the in the playoffs and just taking it to them because they didn't close out a game. That they had a hold on. So
the inexperience for sure showed. And it's kind of, I'm not going to say Buffalo Bills have championship resolve, but they showed that they've been there when they were been down. They know how to fight back. I mean, as long as you got Josh Allen and a half of football, you got a chance. So I'm excited to see what New England does. Honestly, moving forward, this is the first time since September that they've been punched in the mouth.
Yep.
So I hope that they kind of bounce back from this. They got the they got the
Ravens on Sunday Night Football.
At Ravens on Sunday Night Football next week.
Listen,
that's gonna be a tough game. I mean, you got to take down Lamar. Then you got the Jets and the Dolphins, but this is what young teams do. They got to take their wounds. It's all about how they respond. So I'm excited to see what Drake May still does. Going forward.
I would err on the side of this is going to be good for them in the long run, like in the long run, meaning this year, because their head coach is Mike Vrabel. And I just think he's such a tough individual, brought in a lot of, remember, people think this is a young team. Not necessarily. They signed veteran after veteran in the offseason. That's a veteran defense. You got a young quarterback, but other than that, and Travion Henderson, it's a pretty veteran group they got going on here with Mike Vrabel, who's had his battles as well in the playoffs and whatnot. I think they're going to bounce back just fine. But I'm as well. I'm looking forward to see how they bounce back. Specifically, Drake May, who was kind of just the darling in everyone's eyes and could do no wrong. But in the second half, 100 total yards in the second half of offense. Josh Allen 5 straight drives with touchdowns. They just got overwhelmed by a team that could go to that gear, even in high pressure situations. And I think it's a good learning experience for the New England Patriots. Anything else on this, guys?
I mean, I'm excited for the I'm excited for the playoffs. I'm excited to see these two teams go at it again.
Exactly.
All right, Commanders, Giants. Commanders won 29-21. Let's move on to the Eagles and Raiders. Eagles win 31-0 over the Las Vegas Raiders. Honestly, there's not much to talk about this one either. Eagles needed it very badly. But, it's the Raiders, man. They're starting Kenny Pickett. You got Devin White, who's been cut from 16 teams, fighting with Max Crosby, who has no business wearing silver and black, fighting on the way out. I mean, you feel good about Jalen Hurts. You feel good about the offensive identity that they decided to go this one, which is hilarious that last week they start the game in shotgun for the first 5 plays of the game, throw the ball all over the field. And this week, it was literally Jalen Hurts and Saquon the entire first drive running the ball. Hopefully, this is the one they stick with. At this point, guys, I don't know. Well, sure. Yeah, this is the plan now. Sure. This doesn't make me any more confident in the Eagles. I'm still nervous about them, but at least we didn't lose to the Raiders. At least that didn't happen.
Are you going to let them score?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's a solid team win. You shut them out. You don't lose. Look, what I've seen from teams who play against the Raiders the last several weeks, it's like, all right, we're going to try something new against the Raiders and see if this works against other teams. It's literally been a scout team game. Jeez. I mean, we saw Denver do this last week. Like, all right, let's try to see what we can do with slowing down the tempo.
Time try shit out.
See what's try shit out. So it's like,
oh my god.
So,
yeah, like if you have a Make-A-Wish kid, like this is the game. Like this.
Yeah.
This is the Rudy game.
You're gonna honor a legend at one of your games.
You're gonna bring back a legend like a Phillip Rivers,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, an old Super Bowl team or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, Brandon Graham, 37 years old, had 2 sacks, so oldest player in Eagles history. But that's it. Let's move on. There's not really much to talk about here. Eagles and Commanders next week. Raiders at Texans. So Raiders will get their ass whooped again. Let's go Jags and Jets. Jags win 48-20. And Derek, tell me about Trevor the Cannon Lawrence.
Yeah, Sunshine, as we like to call him over here. Trevor
Sunshine.
Lawrence, 5 TDs, 330. He looked really good. And don't look now, Jags coming. I can't believe it. They haven't really had the greatest of schedule the last 4 games. There's 4 that teams that are probably it's not the Colts, but 3 of the teams are in the top 5 picks. But they took care of business. So
yeah. 225 yards and multiple touchdowns in 4 straight games. In the last 7 games, 14 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, though in 4 more rushing TDs, and the Jaguars are 6-1. Jacoby Myers looks like, just a perfect fit and what they're looking for. It's kind of put Brian Thomas Jr. into that downfield threat, kind of predominantly taking him out of the middle of the field, letting Jacoby Myers dominate there. And Trevor Lawrence is benefiting from it. So it's just, the Jags, man, going into the playoffs, Jags at Broncos next, by the way, right? Yep, Jags and Broncos next. That's going to be a hell of a game. But Jags going into the playoffs, man, is it time to take them seriously, Terrell?
I don't know yet. I don't know with the Jags. Like, I still need to see them. This is the next week is going to be a solid test, I think,
yes.
for both teams. I think more so for the Jags, can they come out and have a win against a tough defense, and can Trevor Lawrence withstand that and have a strong game? Again, you're looking at their lot. You got wins against you beat the Cardinals by 3, Titans, Colts without Daniel Jones, and the Jets. So now this is a real solid test here for for the Jags. So I'm looking forward to it. But that defense is fast and opportunistic. So no, the Jags, I don't think they're a pushover. I don't think you look at the Jags and say it's just the same old Jags, because they're coming out and having a dominant win against the Jets. If they had a streak this week and it went out against the Jets, I would be a little different. But because they beat the brakes off of this team, they're looking like they're coming into a complete team. The play calling from Cohen, some nice little wrinkles in there, a little flashiness, and then they're just letting Trevor Lawrence, using his legs a lot more, moving through the pocket. The Jags are a legit threat. I definitely see them getting one playoff win.
The Jets suck. They let almost 50 points, and when that happens, you fire your defensive coordinator, and that's what Aaron Glenn did the next day, today. And so they'll have a new DC, and honestly, Aaron Glenn should probably just fire himself, because they just suck, man. They're just terrible. But guys, next week, Jets at Saints. So,
oh boy.
All right, let's move fast here. Texans at Arizona, or Texans beat Arizona, my bad, 40-20. Houston up to 6-game winning streak now. Although we all kind of saw this one coming, this is kind of like the Eagles-Raiders game to me. Like, you knew this was going to happen. You knew it was going to be a blowout. But I like what Houston's putting together. Obviously, the defense is insane. A lot of fun to watch in the playoffs. They're going to be so much fun to watch. And CJ Stroud, it's kind of the same thing we've been talking about. If he can get it together, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But, that's a big if. So I don't know. You guys, where are you at with CJ Stroud, Derek?
Yeah, CJ Stroud is slowly turning back into his rookie form, honestly. He's just playing clean football. No turnovers, taking care of the ball. He had 260 for 3 TDs today, which is great. Finds his favorite target, Nico Collins, 3 times, 85 catches and 2 tuds. Dalton Schultz, this is what happened when CJ Stroud was a rookie. He was making the safe bets. He was taking the checkdowns. Dalton Schultz, 8 catches, 76 and a touchdown. On the other side, Jacoby Brissett. I was going to say brisket, but Jacoby Brissett, 250, 3 touchdowns, 2 of which went to Trey McBride, 12 catches, 134 yards. He continues to be making his statement for best tight end in the NFL. Michael Wilson also is having a pretty good stretch, 54 yards and a TD. So this is a game that you watch for fantasy purposes, but there's some bright spots on Arizona too, I suppose.
I watched Michael Wilson cook Derek Stingley a couple times. Like, I think this is real. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time on Michael Wilson, but he's a third-year receiver who I think was second or third-round receiver. I think he's I think it's for real, man. He's really, really good. And I think we might see a little bit of a Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers situation here with Marvin Harrison Jr., because Michael Wilson's not as flashy, not the athlete, doesn't have the pedigree, obviously doesn't have the dad who was NFL legend and a renowned gang member. Like, he doesn't have the same credentials, but he's a dog, man. He's an absolute dog. And I just want to shout him out real quick. Let's keep moving though, boys, to the is Denver Green Bay next? Let's do it. Denver Green Bay. Denver wins 34-26 as Terrell bites his lip as soon as I mention the game.
Yes, sir.
Denver clinches a playoff berth and all but clinches the number 1 seed in the AFC. So it looks like you'll have to go through Mile High, through Denver to get to the Super Bowl this year. And listen, man, it was something we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen this from Bo Nix. It was Bo Nix's, and let me know if you agree with this, his best game of his career.
By far.
Right? I mean, throw the numbers at us, Derek. Who showed out in this one?
Yeah, I want to give Bo Nix the Smile High salute. All right, because he proved me the hell wrong today. I thought he was kind of was a fraud. I mean, a lot of people thought he was a fraud for this season.
We've just never seen it.
302 for 4 touchdowns. I'm giving him this props, okay, man. I gave the salute. Okay, Cortland Sutton, 113 yards and a touchdown. Troy Franklin, he's already has the chemistry with Bo Nix. He's kind of just showing it more and more now in the NFL. 85 yards and a touchdown. 3 huge sacks by the Denver defense. And 2 picks by the Denver defense. So Denver defense continues to do their thing. Bo Nix is maybe slowly showing how good he can be in this NFL. So great job, honestly, by Denver.
Let's talk about Denver first, and then obviously a lot to talk about the Packers. We'll try to move through this quickly, though. But Denver, 11 straight wins now. Another comeback victory, kind of getting pretty good at that. I think the turning point in the game was that unbelievable play by Patrick Surtain. Awesome. I think Green Bay had the momentum there, and I think Broncos just took it at that moment. Obviously, I think the Parsons thing fed into that momentum too. I think it was a shocked football team after that. But I think the Broncos showed me a lot here of what their ceiling could be. It's just we hadn't seen anything like this before. Beating a team like Green Bay in a playoff style atmosphere. It's super impressive to me. Super, super impressive. Terrell, go ahead, man. Victory lap, do your thing.
Wow, I could cry. All the love. It's just, I came and look, I was like, what are they gonna say now? What is the Packers guy hurt? They're off their teams in the ER. What's going on with it? I mean, look,
all I've ever said is we haven't seen it.
It was the fraud. They're frauds. They're not a real 11. They're not a real. Man. They're the worst, best team.
When you're barely beating bad teams, you can't just ignore it.
Look,
that's all I'm saying.
I think the final verdict is whoever they put in front of the Broncos, they're going to beat them.
Can't say anything else right now.
Don't matter how
it's going to happen. Right now.
It's going to be.
We'll see in the playoffs. We'll see the playoffs.
It's going to be a win. You put them in front of Denver, it's a win. No, look.
I'm seeing Bo Nix MVP stuff right now. The Broncos fans are way up there right now, and it's fine. Yeah, this is your moment. It's fine.
Look, I'm not going to put him in the MVP conversations yet.
You should.
He's thrown 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games, so he hasn't
MVP.
He's not in the MVP conversation, but he definitely, you got to take him out of the fraud category. You can't be putting Denver in this, they're just a product of their schedule. Like, look, there's very few teams that are running through a gauntlet every single week. So, and look, half the teams are going to suck every year. So, no, this is a great game by Bo Nix. This is definitely, a game where he really showed out. He moved around the pocket. moved around the pocket well, moved making plays outside the pocket. He was phenomenal. He was accurate. That's what we're looking for. Like
he's so accurate on the run. Like he's a great thrower on the run.
Solid. I mean, the pass to little Jordan Humphrey. I mean, just in triple coverage, just it's a dirt ball or LJ's catching that ball. And so I mean that was a real solid pass. The pass to Franklin, you know, in that zone coverage in the end zone, like in the red zone too, no less. Like just throwing dimes across, and then the 4th and 3 to Sutton. What a play against man coverage. You should be throwing a slant, right? This is we see Jalen Hurts. We see Jalen Hurts against man coverage against the blitz on 4th down. It's a slant. We know it's coming. Everybody, right? All of these teams, it's a slant.
Easy, bro. Easy.
No, I mean, that's why I give Jalen Hurts. Like he makes that read every single time. You line up against the Eagles. It's 4th and whatever, and they're not tush pushing. Find the slant, and he still hits it. Like you know it's coming. So if it's Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're doing something to get the running back out of the backfield and hit him. Some sort of a mesh route or some sort of mesh concept, something to go to a fade route on a 4th and 3 at midfield is a ballsy play by Bo Nix, and he hits Sutton on a dime. It was a beautiful game. Beautiful game by Bo Nix. Massive. The defense did get carved up for most of the game, but no, I mean they came in and locked it down when they needed to the most. But solid win by the boys. First team to lock up a playoff spot, best record in the league. Look, playoffs, Super Bowl runs through Denver. Love to see it. We got to see the boys close it out strong. There is a part of me that says I do think maybe a loss needs to happen in here somewhere, just to get the team back level. But then again, you know, it might be that last game against the Chargers. We might start the first half. We don't need it. But
Green Bay Packers, obviously one of the most devastating days for a fan base I've ever seen. Not only do they lose the game, Micah Parsons tears his ACL. Christian Watson, who had opened up, turned around their offense, he goes down as well on the same play that Pat Surtain steals the momentum for the Broncos. It was just as bad as this could have gone for the Green Bay Packers. And I'm laughing just because how crazy it is. I'm not laughing at Green Bay. It's just so nuts what happened to them yesterday and how they must be feeling this morning. And yet they're still sitting here with an inside track to a playoff spot. Still a really good roster, minus Micah Parsons. I mean, yeah, you're feeling down, but you're still in this thing, and you don't have much time to sulk. The Bears, you're going to Chicago to play the Bears Saturday. I think we're going to see what kind of coach is LaFleur. What kind of mental toughness does Jordan Love have? And is Jeff Hafley really deserving of all this head coaching noise he's getting? I think all those questions are about to be answered here on Saturday and through the rest of the season. Is that kind of where you're at, Derek?
Yeah, this is the hot and cold of the Green Bay Packers. This is like kind of a summation of their season, honestly. You thought that they were going to be Super Bowl favorites after the first 2 weeks, and then they kind of went on a cold streak, right? Even after last week, or like, who did they play? They played the Bears, right, Bears. And the Lions. They just came off wins against the Bears and the Lions. You thought, hey, maybe Super Bowl is in their path. That's why they got Micah Parsons, and then Micah Parsons goes down. Jordan Love, honestly, you had a chance to tie this game.
Yeah.
Okay. The Broncos go up with 8 minutes to go, and then you throw an interception. Okay. Broncos punt. Was it Broncos 4th down? They go for it on 4th and 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of still I don't know why the Broncos got to do that, but they did. And then you go 7 plays, 1 yard. Broncos go downs again, and then you go -1 yards. So when the chips were down, they folded. Honestly, it's not like they didn't have the chance. They kind of folded. I do think the Broncos got a little juice this game from being the underdogs at home, +1.5. A little disrespectful, quite honestly. I would have made it maybe Broncos -2, probably. Especially number 1 seed in the AFC. How the hell are you an underdog at home?
10 wins in a row, like
yeah. It was like, hey, you know what? These guys ain't that good. That's kind of crazy.
It was a little much.
A little extra juice for the Broncos, I think, in this game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to point out, because the Micah Parsons things and the Christian Watson thing is like the big story, but Jordan Love failed to do what Bo Nix did on the other side, and he did it again, and it's kind of been his MO. Like, he hasn't been that dude in the fourth quarter of these kind of games to be unstoppable. Bo Nix was unstoppable. He was rolling out. He was accurate. It was haymaker after haymaker. The Sutton fourth down pass is an example of that. And we just didn't get that from Jordan Love. We didn't get his best when his best was acquired. When the whole team was down because Micah Parsons gets, helped off the field, Jordan Love had a chance to step in and be the man for this team, be the MVP candidate that they were talking about him before the game. Like, that's what we wanted to see from him, and he just wasn't that dude. Terrell, I know you got to go. I want to throw this at you before you leave real quick. The Green Bay defense allowed 4 touchdowns, first time under Jeff Hafley in 2 seasons. That was a 33-game streak that they had, not allowing at least 4 touchdowns. So another feather in the cap of Bronco fans there. I feel it's a great place to let you go here, Terrell. Terrell's got to go referee some games, hopefully call them fair. Terrell,
I can't be like the refs when they call plays against Riley Moss. Just keep throwing flags every freaking play. But
Broncos Jags next week, and Packers Bears. So both these teams going right back into the fire in week number 16. Terrell, he's gonna hop off here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Me and Derek will finish this out. Derek, let's go Rams and Lions. Rams win 41-34, and I know there are some big time performers in this one.
Yeah, this is a game I was watching very closely as a Seahawks fan. So Jared Goff, 330, 3 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, did he even get hurt? Honestly, he continues to be the dog that he is. 13 catches, 164, 2 touchdowns. J-Mo Williams, 7 catches, 134 and a tud. But on the other side, Matt Stafford continues his MVP campaign. 368, 2 tuds. Kyron Williams, 78, 2 tuds. And Blake Corum, 71. So they got a nice little split backfield going on.
They do.
And then my number one most hated enemy, Puka Nacua. 9 catches, 181 yards. And Colby Parkinson, honestly, I'm so scared of pulling the trigger on him in fantasy, but he just keeps getting
you called it though
action.
last week, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. 5 catches, 75 yards, and 2 TDs, man. I can't.
And now Devontae Adams is down.
Yep. So
play him, Derek.
Yeah. Well, let's see if I even have enough free agent bid, because I went with Mark Andrews, so that's pretty awesome. Dude, the Detroit Lions were up 10 points going into the half, right?
Yeah.
And they end up just being down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Like, what the hell? They were up, let's see, 24-14. The Rams got enough for a field goal at the end of the half. And that's the new thing about this new kickoff rule. You're really allowed to just get field goals. We're talking about in the Seahawks game because it happened twice in the last minute of this game. But
crazy.
This new kickoff rule just allows you to be one play and in field goal range,
especially with what they're doing, what the kickers are doing this year.
Exactly,
60-yard with ease.
Cross the 50 and you're there, right? You got a chance to get 3 points and steal 3 points, honestly, before the end of the half. That's what they did. So they were down 10 with 30 seconds to go. Okay. And then the next time the Lions touch the ball, it's 24-20. They're only up 4, right? They went back-to-back field goals, but then next time they touched the ball, they were down 27-24. So it was just they couldn't stop the Lions when they needed to. And this is kind of the crux of the Lions season. They don't get the good stops against the good teams.
Right.
They can score with anyone, and this is them the last few seasons. They can score with anyone, but can they get the stop? They haven't been able to do so.
Right. And they're pretty beat up in the secondary now. Did they just lose a safety for the year? Kirby Joseph, I think, is IR.
Brian Branch too.
Brian Branch as well, and I think Terrion Arnold is even in and out this year.
I think he's out for season
right now. Yeah, so they're incredibly beat up. Great crazy play by Aiden Hutchinson this week. That 58-yard
somehow doesn't score.
Yeah, somehow didn't score, but still incredible play. But yeah, it's just I think you nailed on the head there. Like, Lions can score with anyone. They have been, whether Dan Campbell's calling plays or Ben Johnson or whoever the hell the other guy is. They can score with anyone, no matter who's calling the plays. It's just this defense has just always let them down. Yes. Always. It's let them down over and over again. Here we go again against the Rams. They can't hold. I mean, you scored 34 points in an NFL game. You typically, you typically are going to win that game.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it's not. I think it's enough of a pattern for the Lions where we can't just sit up here and say, "Well, it's the Rams. They're going to do this to a lot of people." Well, I mean, I say the Lions. That's also what they do as well. So, Rams, Seahawks, Thursday night football.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited
But
for you.
hey, man, like it sucks. Like the Seahawks so far in this regime, they haven't been able to win the big game, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous for it.
This is it, Derek. This is it. It's in Seattle. Got the 12 there. Thursday night.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be such a fun atmosphere. I feel like Seattle hasn't had this kind of game in Seattle.
This kind of juice.
Prime time. Yeah. In a lot since the Russell Wilson days.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
this is definitely I think it's the two best teams in the NFL, quite honestly. The Rams are number one, I will say. The Seahawks are right there. I would say the Seahawks have the best defense in the NFL. There's gonna be a few people that say otherwise, but I think the Seahawks do have the best defense in the NFL. Can Sam Darnold perform against the Rams?
That's it.
People are quick to say like, oh, Sam Darnold can't perform in high pressure situations. Look, the guy's had one playoff game. Okay. I've mentioned this before, but Matt Stafford went 12 years in Detroit and didn't win a single playoff game. And now he's an MVP candidate. You put him in the right system, then he's going to perform.
Super Bowl champion.
My point is, let's give Sam Darnold a little grace, a little time to show himself. Once he's in the right system, he can actually perform.
Yeah, he's still young enough where we're still figuring out what Sam Darnold is as far as like his standing among the quarterbacks. Like he's still people just what is he 27, 26?
20, I think 28, but like
28, like he's coming into his prime.
Right.
He's coming into his prime, especially when you consider like the number of snaps he had in the NFL. It's not like he's been starting for 6 years straight and just hasn't figured it out. He's bounced around. He's been a backup. He's been, in terrible situations. And now I think you give him some time to figure out exactly what he is. And but eventually he's going to have to put it together. Eventually you're going to have to lead this team because this is a ready team. And this is, kind of like the Minnesota situation. Like, can McCarthy improve eventually? Sure. Do they have time to let that happen? Probably not. Seattle's in that same thing. Like, you need a guy who's ready to go now and beat someone like the Rams, especially at home. I'll tell you right now, I'm picking the Seahawks. I think this is going to be a statement. Yeah. I think it's going to be a statement win for the Seahawks, and I agree with you. I think these are the two best teams in the NFL. Yeah, I'd take them over the Bills and Broncos. I think so.
I think so. I think it's Bills against whoever the winner of these two teams are.
Easy on that. Eagles could still show maybe.
Okay, no, we ain't worried about them.
Okay, all right. Well, I just backed your teams. I feel like you could have. I feel like you could have reciprocated that. But all right, cool. But yeah, that's I feel like that's what it's all about for the Seahawks now. Let's get to the Rams. Sorry, for the Rams now. Let's get to Seattle and let's see if we can close out this thing. Possibly take the number one seed in the NFC. What's that?
Yeah. Okay. Did you want to go to those other two games, Panthers, Saints, and Titans, Niners?
Just like I was going to mention them and then move on.
Go ahead.
Saints beat the Panthers 2017. Panthers had a chance to win a division. They don't. They'll have to now beat the Bucks straight up, which is kind of how it should be done anyway, to win that division. And we talked about before, we're not confident either of these teams in the playoffs anyway. But you want to pick it real quick since you're on the Pick'em show? Panthers, Bucks. That game specifically.
Where is it going to be? Is it going to be at home?
I think it's at home. Carolina.
In Carolina, I'm going to go Carolina. Bucks are reeling. I think they lost the locker room with that coach.
I agree. Next we got San Francisco and Tennessee. San Francisco wins 37-24, and they're going to be in the playoffs. Like, someone's got to deal with the 49ers.
Somehow they're in the playoffs with all those injuries.
It's
one game behind the lead of the Niners or the Rams and the Seahawks.
It's honestly crazy to think about what they've been through and the fact that they're here with that record. It's pretty impressive. But Brock Purdy, great game, right?
Yeah, Brock Purdy, 295, 3 tuds. I do want to shout out who we all thought was going to catch a touchdown, Jeffrey Simmons. Rollout from Cam Ward. The tweet said it's funny how Jeffrey Simmons knows how to do a scramble drill better than the other guys, right? And get open. I mean, dude, the way he kind of rolled out to the right, faded left a little bit, just enough so Cam Ward could see him and give him a target. That was awesome to see, honestly. You know what? Titans don't have many bright spots, but that's a bright spot.
Seriously, especially for him. Like, he's been elite for so long on what's been a terrible Titans team for the last couple of years. 6 sacks this year, also a career high. So he's having a great year. Like, I don't know, people are going to talk to him about like, oh, sorry about the Titans. Like, I'm having a great year. 9 sacks, caught a tutty. It
Yeah,
feels pretty good for me.
1 sack, 1 touchdown in the same game. I'll go home to that.
That's nice. Titans Chiefs is gonna be fun to watch. Maybe Gardner Minshew versus Cam Ward, the matchup we all kind of
I
needed.
mean, that's what I always wanted to see.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are going to go to Indianapolis and play old man P. Riv and the Colts. So we'll see how that goes. Niners, really, it's all about the playoffs. How healthy can they be, and can they put it together? But don't be surprised. This is an experienced team, like as far as it comes to playoffs. Some of the guys are so.
Look, man, I don't want to see them. Fred Warner is doing everything he can to get back. I don't know if you follow him on social media. He is posting.
I saw that.
He's going Goku on the NFL. He's going to hyperbaric time chamber.
I love him.
I'm scared
Mexican,
of Fred
by
Warner.
The way. I just want to throw it out there.
Oh, hola.
Hola. That's not okay. That's not okay. All right, let's move on to Seattle Indy. I mean, the wild finish to this game. The most wild finishes. 18-16. I mean, it's wild enough that Phillip Rivers, at 44 years old, played in this game after 2 practices and 5 years on the couch.
3 practices. 3 practices.
3 practices. My bad. The fact that he can even look semi-competent is wildly impressive to me. But big performance in this one.
Yeah, not too many big performers in this one. JSN with another cool 113. Sam Darnold did play clean football.
Yeah.
Didn't lose. No turnovers. He had 271, 0 touchdowns from the Seattle offense, which is a little disappointing.
Yes.
John Taylor, 87. I know Phillip Rivers is impressive that he played, but he didn't blow it up. It was 120 yards, a touchdown and a pick. He did have a couple anticipation throws. There's a couple third down throws he threw, and very, very nice throws to Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman. But no, he couldn't push it down the field. He couldn't move. There was one play where he fell down, tried to get up, and then he fell down again for the sack. So
he couldn't move 5 years ago. Like he could throw the ball down the field 5 years ago.
Yeah,
this isn't gonna work, right? I mean, I hate to be that guy, but this is not gonna work.
It's not gonna work, but you do have an 8-6 team, and quite honestly, this is your best chance to win.
Yeah, you gotta try something.
Like you wanted like Anthony Richardson to be that guy. I don't know how he's still on the IR. He didn't play all season.
He got cleared for football activity like today.
Okay, well, I think it's like his eye or something. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, you wish he was that guy. I have his rookie card. That's awesome. It's worth about the cardboard that is printed on. But like, dude, I want to kind of switch to Seattle. Like,
yeah.
Our offensive game plan was not it. We had just no.
Yeah, what happened?
We had no juice. We total 50 yards rushing. Come on, like if you're a playoff team in series, you cannot do that.
No.
And I'm like, a huge Seattle fan. Like I want them to do well. Shaheed did show up today. We're finally getting him a little bit more involved. 5 catches, 74 yards. But we just had no rhythm offensively. We had drops. We had some penalties. Some drives we just went backwards. Thank goodness for Jason Myers. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think we're about year 5 in of Jason Myers, and I'm finally saying it.
Yeah.
He got 6 of 6 field goals. 50 yards.
Every single one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. The Seahawks did score with about let's see, they scored with just like 2 minutes left, I want to say. Or no, less than a minute left. They scored 58 seconds, and then let's see, the
Colts scored.
The Colts scored with about 2:30 left to go up 16, right? They go up 47 seconds to go up 16-15. Bailey Groupie 60-yard field goal. I'm a big proponent in upping kicker fantasy points to 60-yard field goals to be 10 plus.
Yeah,
that's a battle I'm gonna fight next year.
Yep.
But that's awesome. Nails. They did get help with a third down PI call, which is very questionable at best. But this is the new kickoff, right? You're in range to kick a field goal no matter what. So the Colts go 26 yards and then get a field goal to retake the lead, right? On the other side, Seahawks miraculously use their 3 timeouts in a good way, and they go 25 yards in 30 seconds to get another field goal, right? And Jason Myers bailed us out, right? So it really goes to show, like, you get why teams are a little bit more aggressive in these situations.
Yeah.
But Seahawks, not scoring touchdowns is not going to get it done. We're going to go to the Rams or play against the Rams this Thursday. I'm excited, nervous, all at the same time. We're going to wear our new uniforms, the rivalry uniforms. I'm not a huge fan of the uniforms, honestly, but the helmets, those are nasty. So watch out for those. There's like this iridescent green moss type of thing.
On Thursday Night Football, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it's gonna look cool.
I think this was somewhat of a trap game. I think Philip Rivers comes into town. You're not really giving the Colts a chance, and I also think this is one of those games like of a team. The Colts were going to rally around Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
Like they were gonna. Here comes this legend, and I think you're going to get the best shot from the Colts that they could possibly muster up. And I think this is one of those situations where you grab your W and you get out of town and move on. Like I think this is one of those. You snuck away with it. At the end of the year, I don't think anyone will. Well, they barely beat the Colts. I think it's just is one of those games. It's obviously a decent roster over there in Indy, minus their quarterback, and I don't think there's anything to hang your head about. The rushing stats are, I think, troubling because you should be able to just impose your will. I think if you're the Seahawks on the Colts, healthy or not, but I think get on to the Rams. That obviously you're probably looking ahead to the Rams as well. You're probably thinking like that's on the horizon on Thursday Night Football, isolated for the whole country to see during the holidays. Everyone's going to be home. Like it's going to be a big deal on Thursday night. So I got your dub, and let's look at the Rams now, and let's go win a ball game in Seattle.
Yeah, for the number 1 seed in the NFC too. This is crazy. So Seattle wins out. They win the NFC West. We'll have the number 1 seed in the playoff. So this is just huge stakes. This is very reminiscent of back in the day when it was Seattle versus SF. But now Seattle, LA. Sucks being in LA, honestly, as a Seahawks fan. But here I am. But I'm excited. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'd be. You definitely. I mean, you're playing a fantastic team, but like I said it already. I'm picking the Seahawks in this one. I think I think it's a statement game. I think. I don't know if it's because I logically think this or I just want it so bad for Sam Darnold, but I just think like eventually, like with the Kirk Cousins primetime thing he had a couple years ago, like eventually Kirk Cousins, like it's just, well, it can't get any worse. Let's just go ball out. Let's just go get this monkey off our back and go, go do it. And I think Sam Darnold, he's a talented guy. And I think when he gets out of his head, he's going to get there eventually. And so that's kind of my thoughts on that. One more game here. Yeah, let's go Minnesota. Excuse me. Minnesota, Dallas. Minnesota wins 34-26. JJ McCarthy had a great game. Great game against Dallas.
JJ McCarthy's first game in his career throwing over 200 yards, 250 and 2 TDs.
Is that a real
Dallas?
Stat?
Yeah, no. One of my friends at work is a Vikings fan, so he told me. Wow. Dallas, honestly, you didn't really have much of it. You didn't really have much of a chance in playoffs, but here we are. CD Lamb, 6 catches, 111 yards. Hopefully, he does that another 2 weeks for my fantasy playoffs. But I in the game I completely got wrong. Slowly, JJ McCarthy is 4-3 as a starter in Minnesota, and if you
getting better,
if you said that like at the beginning of the year, you would have taken, hey, 4-3, I'll take that.
Yeah,
the lows are low, the highs aren't so high yet. But the guys are rallying around JJ McCarthy. KOC is definitely like calling the plays, tailoring the playbook. Justin Jefferson, another pedestrian day, 22 catches, a drop in the end zone.
I think it's so important that he's not being a diva about it, though.
Oh yeah, he dropped it in the end zone, and then JJ McCarthy then had the naked rollout. You see on the sideline, JJ McCarthy kind of goes up to Jetta's like, "Hey man, like sorry, I should have got that to you," and then Jetta's like, "Oh, bro, you good? You can read his lips." So
yeah, I think the vibes are right.
Yes, I agree. So, I'm impressed that JJ McCarthy has these back-to-back wins. He had 31-0 last week, 34 points today or yesterday.
Yeah.
So, whose future looks better? Honestly, would you say it's the Vikings or the Cowboys out of yesterday? It's easy to say the Vikings because they won, but I might actually go Vikings.
I think the better roster is clearly the Vikings, and I think the better coaching is with the Vikings. And you got a lot of, I mean, Dallas is that weird team where like a lot of their pieces are just win now pieces.
Yeah.
But you just don't have nearly enough of those guys to be a win now team. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a couple of those guys, like, Quinnen Williams is that kind of dude, and Dak Prescott, I think, is a great quarterback, and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and like you have some pieces, and then you have just a bunch of nonsense everywhere else. And this happened, and Dallas, I think, fooled a lot of people. They fooled me. I got a little scared. Like, are they going to catch the Eagles? Are they an actual player in the playoffs? And now back-to-back weeks of just duds.
Their defense is not good.
No.
Like, I think a few weeks ago, Terrell said like, "Oh, their defense have been playing pretty well." I'm like, nah, man, I ain't buying that. Their defense is not good. Yeah. They made a trade for Quinnen Williams, which is a win now move, but you're not even in a win now position. No. It's just, we're done. I'm done with Dallas.
Yeah, we're done with Dallas. I think the league is done with Dallas, and I think Jerry Jones's victory lap was very short-lived. Although Michael Parsons got hurt, so maybe not.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that was his victory yesterday.
Yeah. It's a dark thing, but probably. Cowboys play the Chargers next. Vikings got the Giants, so not really too. I mean, the Chargers obviously playoff team, but Vikings Chargers probably going now to the NFL draft. Derek, let's look at this real quick before we go. I'll add it here. Let me pull it up. There we go. Nope, that's not it. There it is. All right. Let's look at this. Let's get these playoff teams in right now. Broncos at the number 1 seed right now in the AFC. Patriots, after that loss, dropped back behind, and I believe the tiebreaker is with the Broncos as well. Then you got Jags and Chargers, the other divisional leaders. These wild card teams, though, I want to ask you about gut feeling. Who's in, who's out the wild cards here?
Yeah. I think those wild cards are going to be there. Like, Indianapolis is the only one that may sneak in, but quite honestly, they're just going to be with Phillip Rivers, go as far as Phillip Rivers takes them.
Yeah, he did. That's pretty much it.
And the other 3, Chargers, Buffalo, Texans, Chargers, Buffalo. So Buffalo and the Texans are in, and then this one doesn't show the Steelers in it, but the Steelers and the Ravens.
Are the bubble teams?
Yeah. Well, the Steelers and Ravens are they have like the 4th spot, right? Like, they don't have the AFC North in this one.
Oh, right. This is the overall rankings.
Yes.
Never mind, man. Fuck this then. Let's just end the show. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right, that's all we got. Week 15 recap. It was a massive, massive week. We tried to move through it at a decent clip there. Thanks again for Terrell jumping on. Derek, thanks for jumping on, man, during the holidays. We will see you again later on this week picking all the Christmas week games. Christmas is here. Week 16 is here. Derek, there's only 3 more weeks left of the NFL season, and then the playoffs, and then months and months without NFL football. And let's savor it. We got a big game on Thursday night. Let's have a good time with that one. You got the holiday games on. The Saturday games are starting. Then the playoffs will be here. Make sure you savor the NFL season while it's here. Thanks again for joining us. We will see you again later on this week. Bye.